right. We're here live, and let them take over right now.
We're here live. Made it back. Just got off the train, stopping by, talking sports.
Talking sports. How's it going?
Everything's going good. How are you doing?
You sent me a thing for, what's the movie called?
I think it's Slaughterhouse, play on Slaughterhouse.
With this killer sloth.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like with Cocaine Bear, I was just talking with some people a couple weeks ago about how, Cocaine Bear is actually a hilarious movie. And I don't know if this is jumping on the trend, but it's just like a ridiculous, one of those ridiculous movies that I think is going to be a lot more funny than it is a horror movie. But it is.
So you like Cocaine Bear?
I haven't seen Cocaine Bear yet. But everyone was talking and raving about it.
Dude,
well, I got screwed because no one in my family wants to see it, and my lovely girlfriend saw it. Had already seen it without me, so I'm.
How did that happen?
Her roommate is just one night was like, "Do you want to watch this movie?" She watched it sober. So
I have it. If you ever come over, you can watch it I'll watch it again with you.
Very nice.
I saw it.
Very, very nice.
And you want to talk NHL draft?
I know. Well, it's crazy how the summer everyone gets super busy, and then all of a sudden snap and it's already August. But yeah, I think the plan was for me to come back on right after the NHL draft and talk about what happened. But I don't really remember a lot of the things that happened.
But what about the Rangers? What do you think?
Yes.
That's what I'll talk about. The Rangers.
So we were texting the day of. I was circling a couple of guys I wanted. And what had happened was I had left because I had a beer league hockey game, and the guy that I wanted them to get, the two guys
went later, right?
Well, they were still alive by the time I left.
Okay.
And there's no service in the rink. But after a game, some guy pulled out his phone and was like, "Oh, the Rangers picked Gabriel Perreault," and that was one of the two guys who I was hoping that they would pick.
Okay.
And I'm glad that he was available. And the other guy, I forget his name now. I think he got drafted to the Jets. He had a funny name.
Yeah, the guy we talked about.
Yeah, that was the guy because I didn't think Perreault was gonna survive.
I'm looking up right now. You keep talking.
I didn't know Perreault was gonna survive, and the Rangers have an act of having players with huge upside on the board, and then taking the bigger physical guy who's not gonna ever turn out to be as good. But in this situation, I was pleasantly surprised when they told me that they picked Perreault. I was very happy.
So you were okay. You were happy, and he's going to go play at BC. He's going to play college, right?
I think so. He's American, so he's either got a year with the United States junior program left if he's going to be a senior in high school. Just with how old some 18-year-olds versus when you're drafted.
Colby Barlow, is that the guy we were talking about?
No. Here, I'll look it up right now.
I'm looking. Keep talking.
And I don't really know if he's going. I'm pretty sure he's committed to BC, so he's either at BC or at the national team for one more year. But the big test.
Yes, he's going to BC next year.
He's going to BC next year.
Yes.
And for me, the big litmus test, and obviously it's not a true demonstration.
Quentin Musty?
Yes, Quentin Musty.
But he actually went to
the Jets?
The Sharks.
He went to the Sharks, right?
That's the guy we were talking about.
Yeah, because he had a funny name, and I was I'm really hoping for Quentin Musty, and I think you're is that a real person, or are you just trolling me? So I was glad both of them were available, and I think Perreault, by all the metrics, was a better player. So we'll see if they make the World Juniors team in the winter. And then obviously that's not a true litmus test of if you do well in the World Juniors, you're going to have an immense NHL career. But, if you see them play at that level against the best players, either their age, a year older and a year younger, and they're playing well,
right?
Then it makes you feel a little bit better about them potentially being on the team. So that's the next thing I'll look out for, and just follow his BC stats.
So he could stay a year like the kid from Michigan, Fantilli.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so Fantilli played his 1 year in Michigan, got drafted.
Hughes stayed 2.
Right. It's just
right.
weird when you how when you turn 18 and when you're draft eligible. Like Quinn Hughes, I think he was just a little bit older, so he was at Michigan, got drafted, and then he wasn't gonna make the Canucks right away. So I think he played that year at Michigan, and when the season was over, then you call him up. It's like
Okay.
you want these young kids just in case for the playoffs, or your season's already over, and you can give them like 10 games in the NHL before their rookie year really kicks off.
And with the salary cap too for the Rangers, they really couldn't make a lot of moves because weren't they? The cap was so tight for them.
Yeah. So the Rangers offseason was really seeing what value they could get out of these short 1 year contracts for veterans, because they just didn't have the cap space. All their cap space, and still, I kind of even forgot about it now just because it was a little while ago. So they still haven't signed Lafreniere yet, but I don't think that's like alarm bells are going off. Like, oh my god!
So his contract is up.
Yeah, he's a restricted free agent, so he
is.
He can't negotiate with any other team but the Rangers. And I think he just there's no rush right now to.
So he'll go up a little bit. I mean, yeah,
I think he was coming off his rookie deal, so he was only making 975.
So he'll get a raise, a bump.
Yeah. So I think they'll pitch this like 2-year bridge deal or 3-year bridge deal, to really see what like it's now prove it time for him. So they'll give him a bridge deal, and then hopefully they can move like Goudreau's contract. A lot of these other contracts are like 1-year deals. I think, unfortunately, Lindgren's deal is up in 1 or 2 years. We'll see if they can hold on to him. They're probably going to start talking about maybe